In this video, I'll show you how you can build your own project task manager in Notion. Let's start with a new page. I'll call this project. I'll make this an inline database. We'll call the first one projects. And the second one we'll call tasks. Now I'll hide these titles. Now I'll give them headers here. Heading 2 under here, / and we can choose, come down and choose headings 2 from the drop down, or we can just, after the / press 2 hashes. And I'll name it project. And we'll put one across this. Now, we haven't got space here to do it, so what we'll do is put the mouse over the plus sign here and press the Alt key and click. And that will give us a block above here. We'll go / ##, and call this tasks. Now under the tasks database, I'm going to click on add property and choose select, and I'll just edit the property name, call this category, and we'll use a tag icon for that category. Okay, now we'll add an option. We'll make this to do. Then we'll add write and add links and edit and publish, research and urgent. Just a quick insert I've added here. Please choose categories of tasks that are useful to you. What I've used is only an example. Now back to the build. Now let's add a new property, and we'll select due date. And we'll just make that date. And then we'll add another property, which will be a checkbox. And we'll call that finished. And we'll move these checkboxes over here. And we'll clean it up like that. Now I'll add some sample tasks in. I'll give these some dates. Okay, that should do it. That should be enough examples for this project. We can move any of these around manually, like so. But one of the wonderful things about Notion is that all the sorting can be done automatically. So here's the sort button. We click on there, and we can sort by date. And now you'll see they're all in chronological order now. Okay, we'll come up to table and we'll click on that, and we'll rename that. And I'll call that all. We'll give it a bit of a different icon. And then we'll add a filter. And we'll select uncheck. Right, now we want to add another view. So we'll click on all. And we'll click on duplicate. And this one I'll call finished. And we'll select another icon. That'll do. And now we'll change this one to checked. Okay. So if this urgent one here was checked, it disappears from that list. And then when we come over to finished, there it is. All right, we need to add a couple more of these views. So I'll click on all again and duplicate view. And this one we'll call today's. And we'll change this to this day. And then we'll click on all again and duplicate view. And this one we'll call this week. All right, I'll go back to all and I'll add another task here. And I'll add one more. And I'll edit this one. So now, let's have a look what we've got. This is the all view. And the finished view, there's only one that's been marked as finished. And then today, there's 2 tasks that come up. And then this week, there's 3 tasks. 2 of them today and 1 in another couple of days' time. All right, what we need to do now is add one more view, but as I'm recording, I'll have to come up here, shrink the sidebars so that we can fit everything in. And then click here on the options and come down and click copy link. And then come down below here and paste it in. And then we'll come across here and click linked database view. And I'll just click on all here, come up to layout, click calendar, then come back here and we'll come down to property visibility and we'll click on category and finished. Come down and edit this. We'll call this calendar. And we can see the categories for each of these. And we can see the checkboxes. So if I click, those 2 are finished, then they don't show up in here anymore. Now let's start adding properties to our projects database. Click Add Property, and this one will be due date. We'll click on date here. Now we're going to add another one, and we'll call this status. So we've got not started, in progress, and done. Okay, that'll be good. And now we'll add our relations so we can link it up with our tasks. Click on relation. And we'll click on tasks, 2-way relations, and that will be called projects. That's fine. And then we'll come up here and we'll choose an icon and we'll use that one. Projects. that one will be good. Okay. Now all of our tasks are linked to our projects. So if we click on here, you can see all of our tasks show up. Now we're going to add one more property, which will be a progress bar. Just click on there, and we'll come down and click up, roll up. And we'll call this finished. And we'll give it a check mark. And we're going to come down to calculate here and %, and then it's the % checked. And then we're going to come down here and give it a bar. So now we'll come up here and we'll add some of these tasks. And then you can see the percentage here and the bar. And if we come down here and click the checkbox here on some of these tasks, you'll see the numbers change. So now I'll delete this empty entry and we'll add a new project. Now we'll add a date and an end date, 2 weeks. We'll leave it on not started, and we'll select some of our tasks. Maybe we need task 1 and 2, 5 and 7. Then we'll come up to the view, right click on there and edit view, and we'll change to gallery view. Then we'll come down and change page content, none. Then we'll come back here and go to property visibility, and we'll click on finished and status. We'll change this view to not started. And then we'll click on status and we'll click on not started. Now we'll add another view and we'll click on duplicate view and we'll call this one in progress. And we'll change this to in progress, and we'll add one more view, duplicate view, and this one we'll call finished. And we'll tick complete and untick in progress. So now when we click on a view, not started, in progress, and finished. Now let's do some editing here and just change the icon. So we'll probably use this icon for finished, in progress, and we'll change that one. Okay. Now we'll go back to not started, and there's our project. If I click on here, it shows the details of the project. Now we want to add a timeline view to our project. And we'll come down and we'll click copy link. Then we'll just make a block above the tasks. Come up to this plus sign here, press the Alt key, and now we can paste this. And then we'll click on linked database view. And we'll come over here and click on Not Started, and instead of Gallery, we'll change this to Timeline View. And we'll come down to here and click on Show Table. I'll just turn off these title and icon. And now we'll come to Property Visibility. We need Status and Finished. Now we're going to click on the filter. And then we'll move this along here so that it's central. Now we show the to do and in progress here, and we don't show completed on our timeline. Now we have a project task manager which can show projects not started, in progress, finished. We have a project summary and a progress bar, and we have a timeline which shows where we are in the project's progress, and then we have all the tasks listed, all finished today and this week. And then we have a calendar view which shows where everything is situated on our calendar. So we have all this at our fingertips. If you found this project useful, please like and subscribe. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.